Y'all, welcome to Late Night with Bridget and Holly. I'm your host, Holly.
And I'm your host, Bridget.
And y'all, tonight's topic is going to be dine in or eat out. But before we get started, let me remind you, don't forget to hit that notification bell. Subscribe to us so you'll know every Tuesday and Friday when we post our new episodes, which air at 11 p.m. sharp. Also, we're on any and every podcast you can think of. If you don't see it, you know what to do. Click that email, bridgetandholly@gmail.com, and Bridget will make it happen. But before we get started, I just want to say I'm a little excited about this podcast because, I mean, me and Bridget know each other like the back of our hands, so we pretty much know, about each other and what we do and where we go. But I don't think we know how much one does of the other on a day to day basis sometimes. So I want you to start it off because, and the reason I say I want you to start it off is because you're home a lot by yourself. And so when you're like that, it's like, I've heard you say, well, fuck, sometimes I don't feel like cooking a meal, because it's just me, because Mr. Ronnie's out of town or whatever.
hmm
So which do you feel like you do more, but also enjoy more?
I I would say my entire life I've ate out more than I have cooked at home. Even back when I used to live at home and it was just me and my dad,
Uh huh.
we would do Hardee's or McDonald's or Burger King. We would get fast food a lot. I mean, that's probably the reason I've been overweight my whole life because I do tend to think that eating out causes you to be heavier than cooking at home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when I do cook at home, here's my problem with that. When I do cook at home,
I like how you said, here's my problem with that.
yeah, I tend to cook for an army because you have to understand that I've raised three boys, and these were not just boys; these were country boys. They were hungry boys, and
Yes.
so and then my husband and we always called each other big hungries around here because everybody's always hungry. So when I cooked, I had to cook enough for the meal, for seconds for everybody, and everybody wanted leftovers. You know what I'm saying? So I cook for an army, and I'm still in the habit of doing that. Now I do like to cook on the weekends when Mr. Ronnie's home because I feel like he eats out all week.
Uh huh.
But yeah, I would say I honestly eat out more than I cook.
Now, question on that. Even though I know we're talking about cooking out, like cooking at home or going out to eat, um, are you a leftover person? There's some people who are, they just eat it once and they're done. And I've never understood that. Do we eat leftovers every time I cook? No. But do we eat leftovers a lot of time when I cook? Yes, because 9 out of 10 times when I cook, it's really delicious. And they want it again. But there's some
Toot your
people,
own horn, girl. Toot your
I,
own horn.
girl, I am toot toot. But like yesterday we did meatball subs
Uh,
and I got about probably 40, 35, 40 meatballs out of it. And they're almost gone. There's like two in there right now
yeah.
because they wanted them for today too. So we ate them yesterday. I took some to lunch. JoJo ate some today. Jason ate some today. So what is your take on leftovers? How do you feel about that?
Well, first of all, it depends on what it is. Um,
Right.
Second of all, if I do leftovers, it has to be the next day by lunchtime, maybe the afternoon. But if it goes into its 24 to 48 hours, I won't touch it.
Yeah, because when we do leftovers, it's good up until about lunch. Because by the time dinner comes, I'm not gonna want that again for dinner when I had it the other day for dinner.
Yeah.
And I'm the same as that way because we we cook at home more than we eat out. And there will be times where like when I'm working and I just have so much going on and I'm like, okay, I end up eating breakfast and lunch out. But I do try and do it where it's like I'm choosing something healthy. So for like breakfast I might get like a sausage, a turkey sausage skinny
Mhm.
biscuit from Biscuitville, or I'll get the Canadian ham and egg white delight from McDonald's.
Mhm.
For lunch, it's always gonna be a grilled chicken sandwich. If you got a grilled chicken sandwich, I'ma get it. But the only place I really get it from is Bojangles because they have the best grilled chicken sandwich. But 9 out of 10 times, I'm always taking my breakfast and my lunch and my snacks to work. And when I'm not home, I'll meal prep for them like I did last night with the meatballs. Now we got a storm that's going to be coming, but there's a lot of simple things in there that they can fix for themselves. And so like, oh, I'll give you a perfect example. So today I knew I couldn't get breakfast because we had to get up, take Charlie to the vet. That was at 8 o'clock this morning. Ran late for work. Hope
Mhm.
none of y'all's listening. Sorry. But I got home, had to grab my stuff, and by then it was like it's 11:30. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go to Bojangles. Got me a grilled chicken sandwich. But I did bring me a little bowl of 4 meatballs. I mean, and my meatballs weren't but like that big. And so that was what I ate
I'm
today.
sorry. Show me how big your balls was again. Some little balls.
I mean, can't help it. I ain't got big old balls. Speaking of that, and I know y'all know when me and Bridget podcast, we gonna go off the rail, off the subject. Did you happen to see? I don't know if it was on. No, I think it was on a video. But did you see how Mama June made her meatballs?
No.
She makes big, like them motherfucking meatballs are this fucking fat. Like
I haven't
that's
seen it.
got to be half a pound per damn meatball. And I meant to go back to see what they look like after they were cooked. But apparently she makes really good meatballs and pumpkin and all them like them. But I'm like, that's a big motherfucking meatball. How long does that bitch take to cook? But yeah,
I'm like you.
we
I think I would like them more like smaller because I would feel like they get done more. You know what I'm saying? They get yeah.
Yeah, they do. And I mean, like when we did the subs yesterday, like I literally put 4 whole meatballs on Jason's. I
Hmm.
took 2 meatballs, cut them in half, and that made 4 little pieces that I put on my sub. But men do have heartier appetites. And
Hmm.
when you said like one of your problems, your main problem, is that you cook to feed an army. See, that's how I was raised too.
Hmm.
Italians cook to feed an army, and if my mama, her famous meal she was known for was her lasagna and her spaghetti. And
Hmm.
she couldn't just cook a pot of spaghetti. No, she had to cook them big ass metal pots
Hmm.
of spaghetti and feed us and the whole town and still have
Hmm.
leftovers. But I love to cook. I meal prep. I just enjoy my own cooking. But for
You can say it.
leftovers,
You toot that horn again.
yeah, toot toot. But for leftovers, we don't shun leftovers. Again, there's sometimes we'll cook stuff and I'll just cook enough for that day. But um if it's something really good, I know to cook a lot of it extra because they're gonna want it for tomorrow. But I mean, fuck, I love leftovers. I love cold pizza.
Me too. Oh, I'd rather have pizza cold than I would hot.
Yeah, so would
So let
JoJo too.
Yeah, so let me ask you a question. So we talked about we both like to cook for an army. So okay, so I had a friend one time and she was asking me, when I was telling her what I was cooking, she goes, "My God, like they cook a meat and one side. That's it. A meat aside, one side and a bread. So let's say for instance they're doing meatloaf, they'll do meatloaf, mashed potatoes and a bread, like cornbread.
Uh huh.
So let's take me through a typical cook at home meal for you. Now, company's not coming. You're not planning on company coming.
Right.
It's just you and Jason and JoJo. So take me through a typical meal that you would cook at home.
So like a typical meal, like we could live off chicken. Me and JoJo love chicken. Jason does tend to get tired of chicken. I'll bake it. Mostly, I just fry it in a frying pan, but not deep fry it. It's boneless, skinless. I season it and I put EVOO just a little bit and fry it that way. So, like a typical meal, if I was doing like chicken, I would season our chicken. I'd cook it. Then I would be like, do y'all want rice, macaroni and cheese? mashed potatoes. What do y'all want for your one of your sides? So we'll all talk about it and they'll pick their side. But I always, 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 always have to have a vegetable. So I don't know why I'm like that, but I feel like it makes the meal more balanced and you're getting your vegetables in. So I would do like, I would cook the chicken and say I would do chicken, macaroni and cheese. Then I would do fresh green beans and I would season them, or steam them, season them, and that will be our vegetable. Or if I do meatloaf, for meatloaf, I do a meatloaf. I always do mashed potatoes with meatloaf. Once in a while, mac and cheese, but it's always pretty much mashed potatoes. And then I'll do a vegetable, which would be like green beans, corn.
So a typical meal for y'all is a meat and two vegetables.
Yeah, if it was but this is the thing though. With Jason, I'll be like, "What do y'all want? What do you want me to cook for the side?" And he's like, "Oh no, just burgers is fine, or just this is fine." Well, not burgers because he always has to have fries, but he'll just say, "Oh, well, that's fine." So I did that one night, and his ass was hungry, and he was like, "That's all you cook? Was just da da da?" And this literally actually was a couple of days ago, and I'm like, "Bitch, you just always say if that's just what you're cooking, that's fine. We don't need sides." So he's spoiled and he
Yeah.
loves the sides because if you're having hot dogs, I can't just cook hot dogs. I've got to have hot dogs, chili, coleslaw, tater tots or French fries, a side salad, or broccoli and cheese. Like,
Now,
I know
see,
it don't make sense.
when you tell me your sides, I crack up because you'll be like, "We're having hot dogs and black eyed peas." I'm like, "What? Wait, who the fuck? What?" You know,
But
like your sides, they throw me off, man. I'm telling you,
they
I'm not gonna
do.
lie.
But when I do cook, I honestly, I would say probably, I don't know, 7 out of 10 times it goes the consistency of it goes good together with my meat, my two sides.
I
But the
disagree. I've heard several meals that you've made that I'll be like, okay, I'll give you an example. We're having meatball subs and some chips and some holiday sauce, and I'm like, what?
but do you know why I'm like that with some of my meals? And it's because I'm like, what are y'all craving? What do y'all want to go with it? So I'm like, well, if that's what they want, then I'm gonna
No.
cook it.
Now I have set stuff, okay, and I'll give you an example.
Now I do have, yes, I do have some set stuff.
Okay, so steak, I do steak fries and slaw or steak baked potato and salad. When I do meatloaf, it's every single time. It's meatloaf, fried potatoes and onions, corn, stuffing, deviled eggs, and biscuits.
When you cook a meatloaf,
Yes, ma'am.
that's everything that you cook with it.
Fried
God, that where,
potatoes,
but
stuffing. What?
where the fuck did it see? Like to me, that's weird that you cook stuffing and deviled eggs with a meatloaf. That's Thanksgiving. You cook stuffing and deviled egg. And when you told me that menu, because you cooked that just a couple of days ago, and I think
Um,
everybody, Cece and them, came over to eat or whatever. And I remember after I listened, I was like, who the fuck cooks deviled eggs and stuffing with meatloaf? I'm like, I see where Bridget, what she means with my sides.
well, it's like it was pork stuffing. It's like stovetop stuffing. It's pork stuffing.
But is your meatloaf pork?
Yeah, it's no, it's not pork, but
It's made out of
it's
beef?
seasoned. Yeah. So listen, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna make that meal for you. You're gonna love it.
Oh, no, it all sounds good. But
So
I'm just saying, like, it to me in my head, when I hear meatloaf, I think of meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and then a vegetable. Like that's how I grew up with meatloaf, not like deviled eggs and and stuff. But it sounds good. Like I'm not a picky eater though
But
when it
see, and
comes to
like when I
certain
make a
things.
roast, I make pot roast and it has carrots, onions, and potatoes in it. Then
Always, always.
I'll also make macaroni and cheese, deviled eggs. Let's see, macaroni and cheese, deviled eggs, biscuits. Like everything's got to have a bread, and I usually have 2 to 3 to maybe even 4 vegetables.
Now the meals that I add my bread with, if I'm having anything with potatoes and mashed potatoes, now when I do my chicken and pastry, I will have biscuits with it. But when I'm doing like
Y'all, when she
spaghetti,
says chicken and pastry, it's the same thing as chicken and dumplings.
yeah, to me it's the same. I say either or. Like for real, to me they're the same. But I know dumplings is the little balls. But I'm just like it's the same. But if I do spaghetti, I always have to do garlic cheese bread in a salad. But usually if I have a starch, if I have potatoes, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese. I won't do a bread because I'm like then you've got two carbs. So for me, I'll do a meat, a starch, and a vegetable.
Bitch, I don't care. I'm fat. I'm gonna eat 21 carbs if I want to.
Oh my god! And you are not fat. You better stop. If I could get you through this phone right
Okay,
now, honey, I would.
so check this out. When I do hamburgers and hot dogs, they have to be
Yes.
together. I do hamburgers, hot dogs,
Wait, wait,
homemade
wait, 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 wait,
slaw.
wait. So you don't just have a night where you just in the mood for hot dogs and cook hot dogs?
It's gotta be hamburgers and hot dogs. So hold
Let me
on.
tell you.
You ain't heard the hell of it yet. It's hamburgers, hot dogs, homemade slaw, homemade chili, the sides that go on there. Which is your ketchup, your mayonnaise, your mustard, all that stuff. Then I
Don't get a
do
relish.
baked beans, potato chips,
Deviled
and then I
eggs.
do banana pudding or banana lust pudding. Every single time I make that meal, that's how it comes.
Really?
Really.
I mean, bitch, there's sometimes I cook hot dogs and it's just tater tots and hot dogs and there's mustard and ketchup and that's it. But that's the day just snacking. That's just a day snacking. But when I cook hot dogs for me,
Mhm.
it's hot dogs, chili, slaw. We do chow chow. We don't really do relish. I don't know if you've ever had chow chow. It's good on hot dogs.
Heard of
And
it.
then we'll do either French fries or tater tots. And then we'll do mac and cheese sometimes. And that's what we do for
Well, just like
wings.
the other night when I cooked country style steak, mashed potatoes, corn, deviled eggs, biscuits, and then I had cheesecake. What is you don't like my deviled eggs?
No, but I've never heard somebody cook deviled eggs that way. Like deviled eggs for us, we eat. My sister,
The fuck's wrong with my deviled eggs, bitch?
okay. Wait, first of all, motherfucker, when I come to your house and eat pot roast, I ain't getting no deviled eggs. You ain't cook no with that pot roast.
Did I not?
No, it was pot roast with all the fixings on the inside, that banging ass, busting ass macaroni and cheese, biscuits, and salad.
You got green beans?
Oh, the green beans with the bacon. Oh
Yeah.
god, that shit was so good. There wasn't no motherfucking deviled eggs. And oh no, I know what it was. Bridget was like, "Y'all, I made them, but we can't eat them till after Halloween."
I
But no,
swore I did. I not make deviled eggs for y'all.
no. And those are JoJo. Oh my god, JoJo loves deviled eggs. So,
Oh, I should have made some because I do make deviled eggs quite a bit. But it's
in
probably because I was concentrating on that Coca-Cola cake.
oh god, that shit was so good, y'all. In my family, my sister makes the best deviled eggs. Like I tried to make them. If you think that you can't fuck up deviled eggs, you can. I have. I swear I have. But so we have deviled eggs. Now she does make them a lot when we doing family functions, so she'll make them for Easter, Christmas, when we
So you
cook
just do them
out.
as holiday deviled eggs, right? It's got to be a
Yeah,
holiday.
yeah. Because first of all, I don't know how to make them where they taste good, but anytime we cook out and do stuff, she does make the deviled eggs. But I've never had them for every meal. Oh my god.
Calm down. Okay, so well, I cook them a lot. Okay.
Oh god.
Okay, so let me ask you this. We've talked a lot about eating at home.
And not it is a bad thing, y'all. I've never heard of that before. It is funny to hear her say, okay, so when I cook pot roast, da 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 deviled eggs. Okay, when I cook hamburgers and hot dogs, da 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 deviled eggs. When I cook hamburger steak, da 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 deviled eggs. Oh god, I
I
can't
do like
believe.
some deviled eggs. I'm just gonna be honest. And Brandon, when he was little, he used to say, "Mama, I love your deviled eggs." He would say it with a B. So for years, we would call them deviled
Oh,
eggs because of him. But
oh, it's
anyhow,
cute though.
so so we've talked a whole lot about eating at home. But if you do eat out, where is
Oh,
your favorite place to eat at when you eat out?
now if I'm just grabbing something because I'm just picking up a quick lunch or whatever, it's usually Bojangles is our to go to. McDonald's just because we be wanting a frappe and stuff, and Wendy's because we like their nuggets. But if we go out to eat, like out to eat and sit down at a restaurant, Texas Roadhouse is always number one. I do like the Olive Garden, but I have to be in the mood because I'm like I think I like my Italian better sometimes than theirs. But it would be that Texas Roadhouse will be number one, and then the Asian Bistro Bowl because they have such good freaking sushi. Oh my god,
Uh-huh.
it's amazing. And we love a lot of Japanese like the hibachi steak and stuff like that. So those are our two to go tos because JoJo she does not like Olive Garden. Jason thinks it's okay, but it's not the best.
Well, now for me, McDonald's would be my number one fast food restaurant.
What do you get there when you go?
I love the fish fillet sandwich. I also like just a regular cheeseburger, double cheeseburger. I
Uh
like the
huh.
cheeseburgers there. But I mainly go for the fries. I mean, I eat different stuff off the menu. I'll eat the chicken sandwich, the McChicken, or the McDouble, or the fish fillet, or the Big Mac. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell
But
you,
now
see,
McDonald's, what makes me mad is I don't know if you remember these or not. You get ready to, you know what I'm getting ready to say?
I think so.
They had these chicken tenders that come out. They were like glazed chicken tenders,
Oh, I
and
don't remember them.
they
I thought you
were
was gonna
they
talk
had
about the ice cream machine.
they used to be a little spicy. Oh my god, they were freaking amazing. But they had them for
Really?
a limited time. They did away with them,
Like they do with the
and
McRib.
fuck yeah. And that pisses me off. They should have just left them. Men, those were mine and Brittany's favorite. I'd be there every night
Ah,
right now if they
I
had those.
love the McRib, and I always get extra onions on that shit. Extra
Uh
onions
huh.
and extra sauce. They'll give me a fucking cup of sauce.
But yeah, you was going to talk about the ice cream machine or the milkshakes. That pisses me off.
Yeah, sorry. And I notice sometimes down here it'll be like that, and then we'll go to Burger King and JoJo will want a strawberry milkshake. Oh, I'm sorry, our milkshake's down. Okay, no, it just must be the time that y'all all decide to just shut y'all shit down because y'all some lazy ass motherfuckers and don't want to mix it.
Something.
Yeah,
Now,
I
as
said it.
far as like sit down restaurants, Red Lobster has always been among the top of my favorites.
Oh, I hate Red Lobster.
You do?
It is overpriced for the shittiest, most hottest microwavable food.
Yeah.
Like their shit is too hot. There's no way they cooked it. That's microwave hot. You know what I mean by that? Like, you ever have
No,
like
I know.
microwave hot?
Yeah, I know, but I think they do cook it. I think they just, I don't know.
Nook it in the microwave once they cook it because they freeze it and then they thaw in that shit.
Maybe I don't know.
I'm kind of glad. I love their Cheddar Bay biscuits though. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
But my very first time that I ate at Red Lobster, it was this year, and me and JoJo and Andrew went. It was my very first time, and I'll never go back again. Too much money for shitty ass food. Just give me the biscuits and I'm good.
That's funny.
What do
But
you
I would
eat
say
though
Red
when you
Lobster
go?
is among my favorite. Texas Roadhouse is among my favorite. And they don't have these everywhere. It's just here that I know of because it is personally owned. But Angus Steakhouse, it's called Angus Steakhouse
Oh,
here.
I've heard of them. I've never been to one. Have you ever been to a cheesecake factory?
Yeah,
Are they good? I've always wanted to go, and we've got one near us up in Raleigh, and that's it.
no, no,
No, okay. So
no,
I'm not missing nothing.
no,
Is it
no,
just all cheesecake? Different
no.
cheesecakes?
No, they have food, but I don't
I've
think.
never looked at
First
their
of all, I
menu.
think their selection of food on the menu is not great, and when it
Oh,
comes to the table, it's not great either. It's another one of those overpriced things. I don't even
okay.
like their damn cheesecake that good.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
Ugh. So I ain't missing out. I
No.
ain't been all these years, and I ain't gonna fucking worry about it.
Mm-mm. Mm. So, all in all, winding down the podcast, if it's you, it's a night that your whole family's home. Would you rather cook at home or would you rather eat out?
Oh no, hands down, I'd rather cook.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather cook hands down because
Well, absolutely, because by God, you've done told us 3 or 4 times you like your own cooking.
I do, and you know, every time I'm like, this is what I'm cooking tonight, and you're like, oh, friend, that sounds good, and like and I'll be like, well, Bridget, I'm going to the grocery store, I gotta pick up dinner for tonight, because I try and go grocery shopping, I really do, but sometimes it's just hard because of just everything that just goes on every day. So I'm kind of a
She
shop
goes to the grocery
like.
store every damn day.
Yeah, is if not every day, every couple of days. Like the day, of course, was stuff for the storm. But then I made up a recipe in my head walking around, and I was like, I'm gonna make that shit happen and do a video on it. We're gonna see how it comes out. Gonna
Does
see
it
how it
have
comes
deviled
out.
eggs with it?
No, but I might make some.
I need to give you my deviled egg recipe.
I was just about to say, can I have your deviled egg recipe because
It's just
I really
mustard,
want to
mayonnaise,
try it because
vinegar, salt, and pepper. That's it.
what kind of vinegar? Like white vinegar or
Apple cider vinegar.
I got every fucking thing here, but I think the apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, and you don't use much. You don't use very much.
How much
Maybe a
sugar do you
capful.
use?
Sugar?
Oh, I thought you said sugar.
Oh, I said mustard, mayonnaise, vinegar, salt, and pepper.
Oh, there was a girl on TikTok. And when she would make her deviled eggs, she would put sugar in it.
No,
That's
never
why I
did
asked you
any
how
of that.
much sugar. Okay, so that's probably what I was thinking as
But I
you
will
was
tell you what
describing it.
makes my mashed potatoes extra creamy.
I bet you I know what it is because I do it in
What?
mine too.
What?
Mayonnaise.
Duke's mayonnaise. A
Yep,
dollop. A dollop
just a
of
dollop.
Duke's.
That's it. That's all you put is just a dollop. But did you know? I'm gonna also tell you something too. Did you know if you put a little bit of mayonnaise in when you're mixing up your hamburgers and put it in with your hamburger meat, your hamburgers come out so fucking good, so juicy, so
No,
tender.
I
Like,
agree. I agree.
yes, it's so good, so good. My
Mm-hmm.
brother taught me that trick about the cheeseburgers,
There you
and
go.
especially if you're using lean meat. I use 93% lean hamburger meat every time. I don't buy real hamburger meat.
I do
I
80
mean,
20.
or that's what I meant, because I mean, it's real hamburger meat that I use. But even when I cook anything that takes hamburger meat, from meatballs to mashed meatloaf to spaghetti, I always use 93 lean, except for I've been right lately with my meatballs using Italian turkey meat. But anyway, he's the one that told me that. He was like, it puts the fat back in and makes it more flavorful and moist. And a lot of people hate that word, moist, moist, moist. But it's true. So even just using it in that, it's just so good.
I think so too. I think it's delicious.
Yes. Y'all let us know. Do you
Mhm.
dine in? Or do you dine out? Like, what do you like to do? Do you like to cook for your family? For also too, for us real quick, if we do eat out, we usually will eat out like once a week or once every other week.
Yeah.
We'll just figure out what we want and what we're in the mood for. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you like to do, and let us know your favorite restaurants and what do you like to eat there.
And let us know how often you eat deviled eggs.
Yes, please do. Do you make them as much as she does? And also, too, drop your recipe for your deviled eggs. I mean, I don't know if Bridget is straight from hers because she
Oh,
makes
I
them
won't.
every day and she just probably puts on a blindfold and just does this and she's done.
No, I won't stray from mine.
She ain't gonna stray from hers. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, on that note, we're gonna end our podcast. We hope that y'all have enjoyed this. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, we're on any and every podcast. If not, email us bridget@holly@gmail.com. Bridget to make it happen. If you got any ideas for a podcast that you'd like for us to do, any topics that you want us to discuss, or just ask for any advice, email us. Put it on the video when you see this. And on that note, y'all have a good night, and we love y'all.
Bye.